Okay, so that was the end of that turn. No, actually it wasn't. It's the bandito. He now runs back, and let's hope he rolls a good movement roll now. That's just a 2. But that gives him at least a grit. Okay. That wasn't great. Still, I mean, I could think about, we got 1. I wonder if this thing is in line of sight. Let's see. Let's say we take the middle. I wonder if this thing is in line of sight here, but actually, I don't think so. There is this black thing here in between. So, yeah, I think it's not in line of sight, actually. If you do it like this, no, it isn't. Okay. So let's see, we cannot, well, we could, of course, I mean, what we could do is, we could throw some dynamite here, for example. We can do that. Maybe that's not such a bad idea. I think I might try that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's not a big deal. We got a strength of 5, and we can double the range. So we can easily throw a dynamite. I think I'm going to do this. And I'm going to throw that dynamite here. So the only problem is now, yeah, if I don't hit, then it's a waste. I mean, there is still some time left. So, still, damn, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna throw the dynamite. Let's see what happens. So, I could also throw it here, though. Yeah, I'm gonna throw it here. Risk to hit the girl, but that might be worth it. So let's see. I need a 5 or higher, and I don't have that. I could reroll now, but I'm not going to do that. So what happens now is we're going to see now this bouncing thing. So the dynamite will now bounce D3 times. Okay, great. It will bounce 3 times. So okay, let's place it like this, because we've thrown it from there, and then we see in which direction it will bounce. We need an 8-sided die to do that. So let's see. This is a 7, so for now it goes down here, which is pretty awesome actually. That was the first time. Oh, come on. And that is a 2. Which is actually very good, so it goes up now. And now the next one is a 6. Yeah, that's perfect. This is absolutely amazing. So it bounces back. That was a close call, but it worked out. It bounces back, and actually we managed to get the dynamite exactly where we wanted it to have. But we couldn't throw it there because this space is out of line of sight. But now it exactly bounced there, and it actually will do damage to that pylon, but not to the girl. So that's just absolutely amazing. Let's hope we roll a good one here. That's just a 2, and now I'm going to use the grid. Oh shit! Damn it! Just 2 damage. Yeah, that was unlucky here. Oh man. Okay. Well, actually, I think I do an additional damage because of this authority of Otar. While in any other world, all of your attacks are +1 damage. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to do an additional damage here. Okay. And that gives me then 15 plus 15, so that gives me 30 experience points. Okay, so this is now the end of that turn, and let's start the next one. That's just an 8 again. So this thing goes down one more space. So it's gonna be close, but we have a good chance anyway. And then it's the gunslinger with its movement roll. And that's a 6, so that's good. So, but he's got that void plague, so we cannot move right adjacent to the girl. And we don't want to be there, I guess, because the bandito, he's gonna throw some dynamite at the end of that turn. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess it's simply gonna end up here. And then I'm gonna fire my 2 pistols. And simply hope I can do some damage. Well, 4 hits, that's fine. Sadly no critical hit, but it's still good. And now let's see. The first hit, I'm gonna assign, well, 3, doesn't really matter. I think I'm gonna assign to this one here. Oh, great. Second hit, well, these are 4, but they have a defense of 4, so no way here. The third hit, okay, at least 1. And what about the fourth hit? Yes, fabulous, 2 more. That is great. Sadly, it's still not down. So let's see, we got, okay, it's at 6 wounds. Okay, so we did now 2 hits. We did 3 wounds, so that means we will gain 30 plus 15, 45. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. And now it's again the saloon girl, and well, I think I'm going to use some bandages now. I mean, why not? Yeah, I think I'm going to do that, just in case. Okay, that's okay. That will heal 3 wounds, so I'm completely fit again. And wow. Now let's see, we got 3 dice. And let's hope we can do some damage here. Okay, well these were 2 hits, one of them critical, which is good. So, okay, I'm gonna... I think it makes more sense to assign the critical damage to this one here. And I'm going to use my... Well, let's see. First I'm going to assign this, this critical hit to that one. So if I roll good, I can do quite a bit of damage now. No! Oh, come on! That sucks so bad. No effect here. Okay, and then the second one. Well, actually, I can also reroll 1 to hit roll, so I'm going to reroll the missed one, and that's at least another hit. Okay, so I'm gonna try that again then. But this time I'm gonna attack this one here. Okay, that was pretty good. That's 5 minus 4, so that would do 1 damage. But now I can actually use my axe, and that will destroy this Targa pylon. So that is cool. So that guy is gone. So that is one hit. That did now 3 damage. So, no, actually 2 damage. So that's 15. So that's 25. And then I'm gonna assign the 3rd hit again onto that pylon here. Okay, that had no effect. I was afraid so. Well, but okay, it's looking good, basically, it's looking good. So there is now only 1 pylon left, and that will now attack. Oh yeah, and it's exactly 1 shot. So let's see. And now we actually do have these 2 heroes, so we got to determine randomly who's the target. And in this case, it's the gunslinger. So let's see. And that was a miss. Very good. And then it's the bandito. Let's see what he can do now. Okay, that's cool. That brings him now finally close. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, well, it's now an interesting question. I mean, we could now also use our guns. The point is that if we use the guns, we have a good chance. On the other hand, we got to do a lot of damage. So, but I don't want to. Okay, I don't want to kill this girl, but she now used the bandages, so the risk of killing her is actually pretty low. So I'm gonna throw my second. I'm gonna throw my second and last dynamite, and let me see. Damn, it's not possible. I wanted to throw it here, but I wonder if this thing is in line of sight. I'm not sure about that actually. No, it's not possible. If I go from the middle of the space to the middle of the space, it isn't. Because here, if it bounces, it would probably bounce around always in this area, which would be not so bad. I think I'm going to throw it here then. That is in line of sight. So let's see. I'm going to throw it there. And let's see if I hit. No, I don't. Oops. So let's see how badly this thing bounces. Well, 2 times. Okay, so one thing's for sure, it's going to be a hit. The only question is if I hit the saloon girl or not. So let's again take the table here and let's place it like that. We need an 8-sided die, which we have here, and that is a 5. So now it actually is right here on target. And let's roll a second time. That is a 7 again, or yeah, that's a 7. So 7 would actually now lead here into the wall, which means it will not bounce. It just hits the wall and kind of goes back. So it is right on target. Sadly, the saloon girl is also hit, but let's see about, at least the gunslinger is not hit. It would have been possible. Let's see how much damage this thing does now. It does +1 damage. Yeah! Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's over. We killed it. We destroyed that pylon. Awesome. Fantastic. And we've won the mission. I didn't expect that, actually. It was pretty easy. But first the girl will take some damage. We shouldn't forget that. Okay, that's just awesome. So that's 1 damage for the girl. That's worth it. Just a scratch. And that's it. We've won that mission. We easily did that last fight. It looked so terribly bad at the beginning. But the Harbinger was just... you know, cat food. Just ridiculous. In the first turn, he took, I think, 17 damage, which is amazing. The gunslinger alone did, I think, 10 damage or something like that. So, and actually, we could have pretty easily killed him in the first turn if the Saloon Girl would have rolled a little more lucky with her damage. But still, I mean, the Gunslinger did amazing. So that was really cool. That was really cool. And yeah, the Targa pylons were actually pretty hard. With their damage, with their defense of 4, they're hard to hit, they're hard to destroy. But luckily they did not so much damage to us. So yeah, it was a good fight in the end. No big deal. And that means the Bandito will actually gain some points now. I think he did... I think he did about 5 damage. I'm not sure actually. I was so enthusiastic now. But I think he did about 5 damage to that thing. Did he? I think it had about 3 or something. Ah, damn it. I guess it was 5 damage. So it's 15 plus 25. So he gains 40 experience points for killing that thing. For destroying that thing. Okay, then we're all allowed to catch a breath. The Gunslinger goes first. That is 3, very good. So, well, we'll remove 2. Well, we remove 1 wound. I'm not sure actually. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I'm gonna remove 1 wound and 2 sanity. And what about the girl? Ah, it's only 1. So she's going to remove 1 sanity. And the Bandito 2. So he can heal 2 sanity. And then we can draw our loot cards. And this time we can actually draw 2 loot cards each, because it was that card and one of the others. So that means one of these threat cards here from the Targa Plateau. And for each loot card that brings an enemy into play, you can, for each threat card that brings an enemy into play, you can draw a loot card. Okay, now let's see what we're going to find here. Awesome. This should come in handy. An artifact. Very good. Let's see what that is. Okay, these are again void crystals. Discard except during a fight to replace 1 unexplored door on your map tile with a gate instead. This is not so great, but it's also not that bad. And the second one is... what is this? Ah! Draw an artifact card or a gear card if in another world. So in this case, it's a gear. Well, that's a silver buckle. Lore or showman only. So I can actually carry that. I'm a showman. Anytime you kill an enemy, you may heal 1 wound or 1 sanity. This is pretty cool. That's very good actually. Okay, so let's see what she finds. $100. Well, okay. And blood money. Let's see. Okay, that's 75. So overall that's 175, which is also nice. That sucks. Cash, $50. And well, that could be nice. Gold nuggets. Let's see. Whoa, yeah! Jackpot. 300. Very good. 350. Awesome. Okay, well, that's cool. That's basically it. And actually I decided, I think I'm going to end this here. I don't know if I really want to continue this campaign. It's getting it's really cool, but you know, I mean, I also like to play something else. I mean, I'm playing for this now, I think about 2 weeks or so. So I kind of like to play something else, and it always blocks this table. So yeah, I guess we all had a lot of fun, and I think still I'm gonna end this campaign here. I was very successful, and I'm really happy. So yeah, it was just great. Okay, I want to say a few words about this game, but not too much, because I think there is not very much to say. This is a fantastic game. This is just absolutely awesome. I enjoy it so much, and well, until now it was absolutely clear for me that Arkham Horror is my favorite game. And maybe it still is in some way, but this is just number 2, that's for sure. And I guess actually, if it comes really with all the expansions that we're going to see in the second wave, we're going to see, I don't know, I think 3 or 4 other worlds, 4 additional other worlds. We're going to see lots and lots of new monsters. I just can estimate maybe, I don't know, 30 or something like that. I'm not sure. I think between 20 and 30 different types of monsters. We're going to see new event cards. We're going to see new artifact cards. We're going to see, I'm also not sure, maybe about 10 new hero types or something like that. So there is so much coming up. And yeah, this is just amazing. And I mean, in the end, they can continue this. I mean, even what is now all announced, this must not be the end. It's still possible that they, and it's Flying Frog, I mean, it's very likely that they will simply continue to expand this thing through the next years. I mean, it's so easy. They can just come up with more and more of these other worlds. It's no big deal. Few more heroes. This is open for everything. They can do more towns. Actually, there is also an expanded version of the town announced. So yeah, there is so much coming up, and it's hard to imagine how this game plays if then we're going to see all of this. And I'm pretty sure that even Arkham Horror will not be that much fun and as good as this one is. But okay, I mean, hey, who cares? This is not a competition between Arkham Horror and this game. It's just my personal thing. What is number 1? A few little things that bother me. No big deal, but because this game is so much fun, it's simply so much fun that the fun simply outshines all the negative aspects of this game. That's interesting to see, actually. But well, okay, let's start this. Component-wise, I expected a little bit more. The components are fantastic, that's for sure. But we all know Flying Frog Productions, and I think because we all know them, we could expect a little more. Obviously, these hero sheets, I mean, they are not standard Flying Frog quality. There is no doubt about that. The minis, well, okay, I mean, the hero minis are pretty cool. The fact that we have to glue them together on our own sucks. I hated it. But okay, I mean, overall it worked out, although I didn't make it in the best quality, but okay, that's my personal mistake. Maybe some of these other minis could have been a little more detailed. Of the monster minis, but I'm also not so sure about that. I mean, they're not bad, so It's hard to say. Still, for some reason I expected a little bit more. I don't like this material, this hard plastic. I like it if it's a little bendable, you know, it gives you the feeling that it's a little more resistant, that it doesn't break that easy. But okay, I mean, if you take care of these things, they won't break either. And if they do, hey, you glue them together. I've done that before. I think a bigger problem is all the bookkeeping here. The cool aspect is, of course, that your heroes develop and that you can carry them from adventure to adventure. I mean, that is obviously a pretty innovative aspect here in a board game. It's not completely new. We know that from some other, but it's not. I mean, it's not standard. It's kind of something special, and they can level up and these things. That's all really cool. But I mean, you have to start with placing these little paper sheets here, and the bookkeeping is pretty ridiculous. You know, I mean, you got to write down a lot of stuff here. So yeah, I think they could have made markers for that. For example, in Touch of Evil, we find these markers which say +1 agility or +1 cunning. We could have done that. They could have done that here too. I mean, maybe I can simply use the markers from Touch of Evil. I think that should be possible. They could have also used markers for these Darkstone things. Okay, I mean, for these Darkstone bullets, for example. Okay, I took now these markers, which is also fine, but it's always not absolutely perfect. And usually in Flying Frog productions, everything is perfect. You know, you have markers. Usually in Flying Frog games, you have more markers than you actually need. You have markers for things that don't happen in a game because for the fans that they can do their own stuff. But here it's a little different, you know. Some things are missing here. Also, these mutations and the injuries and so on. Would be great to have some cards or things for these, yeah, for these kind of things. Another little point, but it's not a big deal. It's the artwork of these item cards. I mean, it's okay, it's fine, but it would be more fun to see a person swinging an axe, you know, just like you have this in the old, in the other Flying Frog things, where you have basically all cards with a nice photograph or so. So that would be also cool to have even this photographic style, or maybe some kind of artwork where you see this in a bigger context. But it's fine, I guess. That is not a big deal. It's just now a little bit of nitpicking here. What else? Maybe one thing that could have been better is the ending of the missions. That is a little bit boring. It seems to be, I mean, I haven't played them all, but it seems to be that basically in all missions there is an epic fight in the end where you simply draw an epic threat card and fight that guy. And, well, I don't know. I mean, maybe it would be more fun if there would be a little more variety. Like in the Dungeons and Dragons board games, you only have these epic fights somewhere at the end in the last adventures, and in the first adventures there are some different things going on. You have maybe only limited time, and you know what I mean. I mean, just a little more variety, that the games feel a little more different. And here it's always this epic fight in the end, and then it's over. And you ask yourself, well, what? Why is it over now? What are these guys doing here? What was that all for? You know, was I planning to enter the other world, to meet this guy, to kill him, and that's it then? Was that my mission? That's a little weird. I mean, that feels a little bit abstract and a little non-thematic. Maybe they could have done something which might have been more interesting, but basically you can do this easily if they do it, for example, the way they did it in Dungeons and Dragons. You could say, okay, let's say we take a specific room and we shuffle it after between the, I don't know, let's say the 8th and 12th card somewhere of this map deck. And then, you know, we explore this other world, and then if this room comes, this specific room comes, something happens there. And it doesn't have to be an epic fight. And something like that, maybe that would have been more interesting. But okay. For me, the biggest issue is actually the town. People seem to love the town. People say that's so awesome, and some people actually like the town more than the game than this dungeon crawling thing, and that is actually something I don't really understand. I think the town is a neat idea to connect the two adventures between the campaigns. Between the missions, but in the end it's, I don't know, I expected a little more than just die rolling, you know. And one problem is it's all really, really expensive. It's all terribly expensive. Oh, by the way, I think we should have gained some reward for solving that mission. 25 experience points and then D6 $50. Wow, great. Well, at least something. Okay. Well, anyway, it's all very, very expensive. So all the items you can buy in town are very expensive. And I'm not sure. I'm not really happy with that. The rules are also written... well, there are not many rules written for that, and it feels like it's... they didn't really care too much about the town when they did it. You know, they just wanted to throw it in, and they did all these tables, but I don't know if they really play tested it, and I don't know if they really found out, hey, there is something not really clear, and here is something not really clear, and all these problems I just had when I played it first. Seems a little strange that we don't find answers to that in the rules. There's just about 1 page or something like that in the adventure book, and that's more or less it. So actually, I cannot exactly say what it was that didn't capture me here, but I just had not that much fun in town. I think, well, that's basically it. There was a lot of criticism that if you want to heal, you have to pay a lot of money, and you still have only a 50-50 chance that you can heal. You know, if you have an injury or some madness thing or so. Actually, I think that is cool, because I always thought that was a problem with the Flying Frog games, with Touch of Evil and with Fortune and Glory, that if you are KO'd, well, who cares? I mean, you're basically restored to full sanity, go back, and that's it. Go back in the city where you started, or yeah, and that's it basically. So there was not a big loss. I mean, okay, in Fortune and Glory you could lose the artifacts, but in general it wasn't that bad. Here you have a real disadvantage, and if you're unlucky, that you might actually hold on to this for a pretty long time, and I think that is a good thing. That makes this that makes you more really trying to avoid getting an injury or going crazy. So I like that. And finally, about this whole fighting thing. When I first read the rules, I was pretty concerned, especially because of these... I was concerned that there was too much dice rolling involved. I mean, first you roll if you hit. Then you roll how much damage you do. And if the monsters hit, you can roll for defense. So there is actually a lot of die rolling. But now I see that is absolutely no problem. It is so much fun, and because maybe one reason is that this dungeon crawl is not always fighting, like for example Dungeons and Dragons. Here is also much, there are much event cards and encounters and so on, so you're not always fighting, but if you're fighting, it's actually a real show, and there's a lot going on, and I enjoy that very, very, very much. Every fight was really a lot of fun. It was just amazing. One more aspect, or maybe two little aspects. One thing is that, again here, like in most dungeon crawls, basically all these, the map details, they have no effect on the game, which I find always a little sad. I mean, for example, in Gears of War, that's different. There you have, you can go into cover behind walls or behind rubble piles and things like that. So that is pretty cool, and that is not possible here. I mean, it looks definitely absolutely wonderful. The artwork of this is just so great, but that's it. I mean, it doesn't have any effect, which is maybe a little sad. And another point is that exploring thing, and that is pretty obvious if you think about it. It makes a lot of fun. There is no doubt about it. It's kind of cool to draw these things and then place another tile here, and it goes in this direction and in that direction, and the map looks always different. That's cool. But in the end, it doesn't matter, simply because there is no real dead end, you know? So it doesn't matter in which direction you go. That's not interesting at all. It would be interesting if there was a possibility that you come to a dead end and have to go back, for example. But because most of the time there is one or two exits, who cares? I mean, you simply move on and on and on, and doesn't make much difference. And also this is much different in Dungeon Quest. That's the only nearly the only one where it really makes a difference, where exploring is really important, because there you can end up in some terrible room with a bottomless pit or something, or you can draw a dead end and have to go back and things like that. But here that won't happen. But still, it's a neat feature and it looks pretty awesome, so it's cool. And yeah, okay. So again, this is a absolutely wonderful game. It's the best game that I've seen for years. So great, so awesome, and I love to see the second wave in 1 year. And I'm gonna do another playthrough in a few months, where we're gonna explore the Targa Plateau. No, not the swamps. So I hope to see you then. Bye.